Hey you guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nija. Today we're going to be reviewing a couple of my favorite Arabian dupe perfumes because the Arabian perfumes have been having me in a chokehold lately. One thing that I hate and love about myself is that when I find something that I really like, I just go overboard with it. Like, I go crazy. But I feel like in this instance it's okay because this obsession is not causing me a ton of money. Like, these dupes, these Arabian perfumes are actually very cheap, and they smell really good because there's a difference from like a cheap perfume that just smells cheap and then a cheap perfume that smells expensive, obviously. But like, y'all know what I'm talking about, like those cheap paperboard smelling perfumes. We're not doing that, okay? We're gonna spend the same amount of money you would spend on that, you can spend on these Arabian perfumes, and you can smell 10 times better. Because I promise y'all, I've gotten the most compliments ever when I started wearing Arabian perfumes. Now this first dupe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Z19 by Zakat, as y'all can see, and this is a clear dupe for the Bond number 9 Nolita perfume, and I definitely agree. I'm very familiar with that perfume. I used to wear it all the freaking time. That perfume is amazing. It smells really juicy, really fruity, but like in a mature, expensive type of way. I'm gonna include all the notes that I have on these perfumes on the screen. Yeah, it smells really good. It's kind of hard to smell right now because I do have on a strong vanilla coconutty type of scent, so like that's when I smell the most. But this perfume, it's really nice, it's really airy, it's juicy, it's fruity. Now the amber in this perfume, it's very prominent. I think that's really what draws me to this perfume, and I feel like that's what like gives the perfume that nice kick. If you don't know, this perfume has all the same notes as the Nolita by Bond number 9. Like, it's a play for play dupe. Like, there's no denying that this is a dupe for that perfume. And again, the amber, it's just done so well, and it gives it that like grown sexy I can't even talk. It gives it that grown, sexy scent, and I just love that. It also has rose in here as well, but it smells like, not like an old lady rose, but it's like a watery, juicy, fruity type of note. And it honestly reminds me of Versace Bright Crystal Absolute, and now that's one of my favorite perfumes. If you've been watching me, you know I've talked about that perfume before. It's one of the perfumes that started my fragrance collection in the first place, and that is like a juicy pomegranate, like a airy, watery type of scent, and that reminds me of this. I love this perfume. As y'all can see, I've already put quite a dent in this perfume, and I have not had this for that while, or I have not used it that many times for it to have this big a dent. But like when I wear it, I do love spraying it. Now this perfume, I think it was more, I think this perfume was $40 off Amazon. I'll include the links for everything below. The only thing I will say about this perfume is that it's not super long lasting, which I don't think the Nolita one is either. Like, I don't remember that perfume just like lasting for hours and hours, but the Bright Crystal Absolute by Versace, that one does. That's a really strong, long lasting perfume, and when I layer these two together, it just gives something just juicy and just just cozy that I really like. So props to this perfume. I really like it. Wish it was longer lasting, but that's okay because it smells good and it's really cheap. Now the next scent that I'm going to talk about is Leoni by Maison Alhambra. That company, I will say, makes the best dupes. Like, their dupes are spot on. This is Leon Intense, actually, by Maison Alhambra, and as y'all can tell, this perfume is a clear dupe for the Versace Libre Intense. Now my bottle is almost gone, and I just figured, like, since I'm already close to being out, why not order the dupe just so I can see, like, does it really smell similar? And yeah, y'all, I would say this perfume smells very very, like, they're the same perfume, not even similar, they're literally the same perfume. The only thing I will say is that the original is a little bit more creamier than this, but I find that the longer this sits, the more creamier it gets. So I feel like if I let it sit for a while, it'll really just take the cake for the YSL Libre Intense. Because if you don't know what Arabian perfumes, you do have to let them sit and like macerate for a while, so that way they can really show up to their full potential. Now this next perfume dupe that I'm going to talk about is the Delila by Maison Alhambra. Again, I really love that company. They make the best dupes. Now, if you didn't already know, this is a dupe for the Delila perfume by Perfumes de Mali. Spot on dupe. Now, I've never actually owned the original, but hear me out. Hear me out. I do smell that perfume all the freaking time. Like, I swear, the job that I work, I cannot show up and come to a shift without smelling this perfume. Okay, so I'm very familiar with this perfume, because at first when I got it, I'm not gonna lie, I did not like this perfume. It just gave like old lady floral rosy type of scent, which it kind of still does, but I feel like now it's definitely more creamy. Like, it's definitely a screechy rosy old type of scent, but like the longer it sits, the more creamier it gets. And I feel like when I first got this perfume, that's the only element that was missing, was that creaminess to tie everything together, because this is a really nice perfume. Like, I know I just described it as like an old lady rose, but it's a really nice perfume. It's really nice. It's really strong. A couple sprays of these, and as someone that's an oversprayer, a couple sprays of these and I swear the whole room will be smelling like you. Okay, I got this to work one day. I got to work one day, I wore this. I literally like freshened up a little bit, went up to start my shift, and as soon as I walked out, this lady stopped me and she just could not stop smelling my perfume. She was just like, oh my gosh, like she literally stopped in the middle of what she was doing to tell me that she loved my perfume, and she called her husband over it and she was like, oh, I smell my perfume, like it smells so good, do you smell that? Literally, and like they're not even right up on me, like they're like a couple feet away from me. The husband walks up and he's literally like, oh my gosh, that smells amazing. So y'all, when I tell y'all, this is a heavy hitter perfume, this is a heavy hitter. Now, I don't like it by itself, but I do love mixing it with Burberry Goddess. I feel like those two perfumes, they eat. Like, it just gives grown woman, sophisticated. Ugh, I love it so much. Now, the last perfume I'm going to talk about is going to be this Private Gold by Lattafa. Now, I can't remember the name of what this is a dupe for off the top of my head, because I be having brain fog when I get on the camera. So I'm just going to put it at the bottom of the screen or somewhere on here just to show y'all what this is supposed to be a dupe for. Now, I really do... Oh my gosh. I have not worn this perfume in a minute, just because there's something wrong with it, but I've just been enjoying other perfumes more lately, like the Leon Intense by Maison Alhambra. I've been enjoying that a lot because it's getting a little cooler in Miami, and I gotta take every opportunity I can to wear my like deeper perfumes. But this is really nice. I've talked about it before on my channel, but it's a really juicy, fruity, musky type of fragrance. Like, it's really juicy, but it gives a little bit of a masculine element to it. So like, it doesn't smell like childish. Like, it smells like what the bottle looks like. It's just juicy, fruity, summertime, like sophisticated type of scent. Yeah, definitely enjoy this perfume. It has patchouli in it, which patchouli, I feel like if patchouli is done very well, it can really elevate a fragrance, but like if it's done wrong, like it can just like mess the complete fragrance up. But I feel like that's what makes this perfume last so long. Like, it has a lot of heavy hitters in the base notes, like amber, vanilla, patchouli, and this perfume lasts hours. I tell y'all, like, I can smell this perfume on my clothes the next day. It really does last a long time. Like, I love this perfume. A couple sprays and I do not have to reapply, but of course I'm going to, because I'm just extra. The juicy passion fruit and raspberry that's in this perfume. It just grinds everything together and it just adds that nice creamy smoothness to this perfume. Now that's all my dupes. Continue to recommend some down in the comment section below because I'm always on the hunt for dupes and I just love my Arabian perfumes lately, so y'all will be seeing a lot more of those. Now they can never replace the originals, of course, because nothing is better than the original, but they're definitely up there. Like they're definitely right under them. But thank you guys for watching my video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.